sports fans, I've been meaning to do this forever. A lot of people are talking about it. I use it in my, we're talking about kraut here. And homemade kraut because it's the best kind. I use it in my diet. I eat some every day. It's great for your gut. It helps you be able to process and digest your food better. It helps you be able to uptake your vitamins and minerals better, and it leads for a much healthier gut. It also, there's been studies, and you can Google this, that a healthy gut makes you smarter. It makes your overall immune system that much better, and you're able to absorb foods and fight off infections better. So there's virtually no downside and all kinds of upside. One of the things I want to caution you against, this is the easiest food you're ever going to prepare other than boiling water, and it's almost as simple. You want to use sea salt, okay? Do not use table salt. Do not use iodized salt. I wouldn't even use kosher salt, okay? There's two reasons, or a couple reasons why. They contain talc. They contain aluminate and ferrous aluminate. And what the heck is the other one here? I just forgot. Hold on a second. I can never remember the names. Ferrocyanide and silica aluminate. And they're bad for you, okay? They're just bad for you. And plus, they'll screw up the fermentation process. So this is called a lactofermentation process. And the first time you do it, you're going to be a little bit scared. It's like, God, it can't really be that easy. But it is. And what I'm doing here is, let me show you what I have. I'm almost done. I do these in 1 quart mason jars. You can find them. And this is cabbage and beets. And the reason I use beets in it is because beets help you produce nitric oxide, which has been shown to help your brain think better and help you your memory. And the Nobel Prize in 1998 was in fact given to some gentlemen for doing that. I'm going to take some out of here and show you what it looks like. So there's about the size of it, and hopefully you'll be able to see this. So that's the beets and the cabbage in here. And I try and use, whenever possible, organic, or if I know the produce, if I grow it myself, or if I know if I'm buying this from Amish farmers, they don't use any herbicides or pesticides, I'll get the herbicide and pesticide-free cabbage, and the same thing with the beets. Now, this is an organic beet. I just peeled it with this peeler that's older than dirt. Literally, it's probably 50 or 60 years old, but still works great. Sharp as a button. It's been sharpened a couple times. You can see it's a little bit wide there. And I'm going to show you how easy this process is. We'll be able to finish this up in probably just a few minutes, okay? So all I'm going to do is, and here's the cool thing. You can't mess this up hardly. I'm going to cut this in half, first off. And you want a good sharp knife. And then I'm going to take out the core here. Although you can put it back in if you want. I'm just going to make my life easier. And you can see I just cut out the little V here. And so I'm going to do that again here. And it goes flinging off into the sunset there. And we'll get that out of the way. And then I like my cabbage kind of big. So hopefully you can see this here. There's half the cabbage done. And then I'm going to do the other half here, and I'll do it this way. And you can see I'm cutting it fairly big, simply because I like it that way. And you can cut it this way if you want to. You don't have to be super particular about it. And that's it. And we've got this nice stuff. Now, if you want to cut it more, you just go in there and do it. You really can't mess this up. Okay, I have a stainless steel bowl. You want to use stainless steel or crockware. You do not want to use aluminum, and I don't like using plastic, although I have in the past. The reason is it won't contaminate and mix up. You don't want any aluminum in there, though, for sure. And I don't think they have nonstick bowls, but if they do, definitely don't use one of those. And then that was a small head of cabbage. So I'm going to just take one beet here. And you got to be careful with these things because they will stain everything red really bad. And you can see here, I'm just going to do it this way because now I've got these here, and I'm going to stack these up. And I could leave these chunks whole. And you can use a grater too, but you know, I'm fairly handy with the knives here, so I just prefer to do that. And you can do random sizes. And what will happen is, the other thing is too, on some people, you're unable to digest the red dye in uncooked beets, okay, or unpickled ones. And so your pea may come out red. Don't panic, you're not bleeding. Some people are just predisposition. I can't say it. Anyway, some people, it happens to some people, but not everybody. And so there's that, and you can even do this size if you want. So I've got my beets cut up, and I'm just going to throw these in a bowl here. I know you can't see this very well. I'll cut that up a little bit smaller, and then we'll give it a go. So we'll put those in here. And that's about the ratio I had in there. You can add more beets if you want. I like having at least half cabbage though. I know the fermentation process goes a little bit better. And so everybody's always weirded out, and you'll see videos on this about how much salt do I use. Well, per head of cabbage and per one bulb or beetroot, I use about a tablespoon. Okay, that's it. Can you see that? That's about a tablespoon right there. I didn't measure it. And what this does is this helps bring out the moisture in the cabbage, and I'm going to add just a little bit more. And you just mix it up like this, and it will bring out, it's already going to start to get wet. And you just let this set for a little bit. And the cabbage is already starting to bleed in there. You could feel it. It sounds different too. So, and I've got my mason jar here. I'm just going to take it and stuff it in here. I know this is pretty complicated. You know, can't hardly do this. But it tastes great. It doesn't taste like the stuff you bought in the store because it doesn't have sulfuric acid in it. And some other, they usually put BHT and some other preservatives in there sometimes. And if you buy this jar organic in the store, it'll cost you about $8 or $9 if you can find it. And they're usually smaller than this. They don't give you as much. And then put some more beets in here. And I've got a use for the rest of this stuff. And I'm going to show you a trick once you get the first batch going. Now, it looks kind of full, right? So we're going to get this out of here. But it's not. Now, you can use pretty much anything. I have got this handy dandy smasher that I just bought a brand new one today because I forgot it on I forgot my other one. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press pretty hard in here until it gets smashed flat. And what happens is it helps get the moisture out and it packs into stuff because otherwise there's a ton of air in here, believe it or not. And so I'm going to pack some more in here. And then I've got a trick I'm going to use that you don't have to. In fact, you're not going to be able to. So I've got that in there, and you can still feel the salt hasn't dissolved, which is perfect line. I'm going to have to do another video on this because there's another trick that I forgot that I didn't bring that you can use to help speed this up. What you want to do after we get this packed in here, and I'm smashing it pretty good. You know, I'm putting some force into this. So there's that. And that was one head of cabbage. And I'll show you how much we got left because it does compact it down pretty good. And I'm dropping stuff out here. But it's okay. You really can't mess this up. Oh, make sure you wash your hands really good too. And wash out your container. There's that. And here, the bowl, you can see this is all I got left. So we've almost used up the whole small head of cabbage in one root, one beet in this 1 quart jar, which is kind of amazing. And we're starting to get some moisture in the bottom there. I'm just going to keep on pushing it down again. Hopefully you're not too bored yet. And I'm going to end up getting the whole beet and this whole head of cabbage in here. A little, mind you, it was a little one. See, we're almost all gone. Ta-da! And that's going to be about all she wrote. Now, the other thing is you can wait until the moisture comes up in here, and you just keep on pressing. You hear the water starting to, the moisture starting to come out of the beets and the cabbage, which is good. The salt's drawing it out. And we have this here. And you want to make sure it's pretty flat. You really can't, I don't think you can overpack it. I suppose you could if your arm's strong. Whoops. Flying out of there. And now you can really see it's a lot wetter down there. And that's it. That's all there is to it. If you have filtered water or distilled water, if you feel like it, or well water, as long as you don't have chlorine in it, which I don't here, you can put it in fill it up to the top here, but I don't like a ton of moisture in here. And as long as everything is packed down, and you can see it's nice and tight in there, and the juices are already starting to come out, and they will do some more. It's wet on the outside, you can see, hopefully. And that's it. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this jar, I'm going to the moisture's coming up to the top now. Here, hopefully, hold on, you'll be able to see this here. And I'm just keeping on pressing on this. And you want it to. It takes a couple of minutes. If I wasn't in a big hurry, if I just let this set, it would do the same thing. But I like monkeying with stuff because it's fun. I mean, you know. And hopefully you can see this. Let me see. Wait a second here. So you can see the moisture that's come up. And that will continue to go to the top. And if I have another head of cabbage, which I do, I'd put some more in here. But this is fine. You don't have to overdo it. So we're all good to go. I'm going to take this off of here. Eat that. Ta-da! Now the kicker is, just let this set for about 3 to 4 days outside at room temperature, and that'll start the lactation. It'll start the fermentation process. Or if you want to go slower and you're freaking out about it going bad, you can put it in the fridge. Now, sometimes, depending on where you're located and everything, and a couple other conditions, you may get some fuzzies on top. Just take it off in a couple of days. But this will start to ferment pretty much right now. And what I do is, if I have some of my old stuff left over, which is this here, this already has the culture in it. I could dump some on top of there, and this will be ready in a day or two because this culture is already in there, and it would greatly speed up the process. There you can see the moisture's coming out of there, and we'll end up with some great tasting beet and cabbage kraut. And that's all there is to it, sports fans. Easy peasy. Hope you enjoyed this, and that's it. Take care. Bye-bye. Got any questions? Let me know.